Garden City is experiencing rapid growth, putting pressure on city budgets and services. We asked the candidates how they would maintain fiscal responsibility while funding essential infrastructure like parks and pathways.
So that question falls into the smart growth category that I spoke about. And so Garden City's code allows for different types of housing. And I would argue that Garden City has probably done better than any other city in terms of having a variety of housing. We have attached townhomes, we've done neighbor works projects where are attainable housing. And so I think what we want to do is, what's missing, I think, in most communities is that middle housing group. And so how do we promote that? So part of it is we need to have the infrastructure to be able to build that and the zoning to do that. Our current zoning promotes it, but we have areas on the south side of Chinden Boulevard, for instance, where that is a great opportunity to have that type of housing, but the infrastructure can't support it. So then is how do we get that infrastructure to promote that housing? And so there's tools like an urban renewal district and things like that we are going to use to try to build out that infrastructure to build that housing and development. And then you have to just promote it. So it's a market rate issue, but we really want to make sure we're a livable city and we have that variety, and that's where those issues come before council, and we work with developers to provide really a variety of housing, because the city has to have a variety of housing to be affordable and to be livable.
I love this question, and this really was a big reason and impetus for me to even want to run for mayor. I'd never thought that I'd be mayor. It was never on my bucket list of things that I wanted to do. But when I think about the growth that we're already experiencing, as well as the growth that we know is coming to us, especially as we look at how the East End is changing and how it's developing, we need to ensure that we're thinking about building a community that we want. And I think for each of the unique areas across Garden City, East End is the only one that has identified themselves using that nomenclature. We've got to do that for each of our communities and first identify what are the high impact vital few things that are most important for each of those areas of the city so that we can ensure we're preserving those as we're continuing to evaluate the change that's taking place. Affordable housing is a huge area that I've done a ton of work in, almost 3 decades of work in affordable housing, and I've seen how communities and cities have been able to tap into resources and pull the levers in a way that makes sense for developers, builders, and residents to take advantage of a built community that serves a variety of income levels.
I think we need to address our homeless population and affordable housing for sure. And I want to make Garden City a city where we don't step over our homeless, where we give them kind, encouraging words. And through our community, I think that we can create programs that gets everybody to safety. It's one of my things. We could even have preschool kids create, homeless little homes out of trash, and students, why not? What would be a better thing for our community to do than actually care for one another, And we do it through great ideas of how to make it all come together. I remember one guy knocked on my door, and he was a builder for an affordable housing project in Garden City, couldn't get it through. And I don't think that's right. I think we should use all good ideas. And I like to hear good ideas on it. And I have a lot of good ideas, but mostly just to be creative and be there for each other. And, and I got some good ideas, but most of all, it's involving children and helping them be part of it.